It's a Sam and Arleona. Hi, hi, honey pies. And hello, my dear darling sugar cookies. Look at that little guy. He's got, like, as the kids would say, a 5 head. It's supposed to have like a 4 head. But he's not worried about it. He's rocking it. He's like, what? That's right. That's right. I got room for everything up there. But yay. Yay, yay, yay. How's everyone's weekend? And also, even though I know it takes a long time for interview stuff, and last time we were on, my friend Sparkles, who was literally a hiring manager, was like, it takes so much longer than you think to do hiring. Like, you're not, like, there's, and I was like, it's a government agency. And she was like, oh my God. No, like, it takes forever to do it. But I'm still so anxious to hear about Sam's interview. And when's your other one, by the way? And Erleona, by the way, I saw and I hadn't even replied yet that you have everything in for all of your classes, and all you have left is 2 student teaching classes, 2 classes, and then student teaching, right? Oh my God, that's so amazing. How does it feel? Are you super proud of yourself? You've done a lot to get here, because remember, I don't want to hear the word but. Not. What? Shut the front door. What does it say? We love you either way. I was going to say, we love you either way, Angel. And the fact that you got far enough to be interviewed for a government job means that you are qualified enough, pardon me, to get that or another fucking government job. They don't interview jackasses. They're not there interviewing people just for the fuck of it. So your qualified ass is going to get another position that you want. We're proud of you for fucking doing it. And think of it this way, now you got the jitters out on that position. And there's another one out there, gorgeous. That was my We Love Sam dance. Coincidentally, that's also my dance for lots of other things, but that's okay. When one can't actually dance, it really kind of limits what you can do. Right? Like, seriously, your qualified ass is gonna get something else, baby. Yeah, I kind of like that guy. And usually I do a different kind of text with little drawings like this. Usually I do like a much, like a different, like kind of juvenile script. I like that guy with his fancy script. Alright. So, ooh, I was gonna say, you know what we're doing today? Well, we are doing biscuits and gravy, but I don't know if we want to wait for bears, because it was bears, and last time we were going to work on it, and then we stopped working on it because bears had to go and they wanted to see it. And so maybe we'll do sausage. Like, it was a stream redeem, and they picked biscuits and sausage gravy. And so we, because we're fussy babies, are going to need to make. Hang on. There we go. We're going to need to make sausage bits. And so I think maybe we will start with the sausage piece, like the sausage crumbles, because we're going to have to make a number of them. So maybe we'll start there, because that's not the same to watch as like making the little biscuits, because Bears was like, I want to see you make the biscuits. And I said, okay. Oh, Otski Mitskis. Hang on. accidentally had my thumb on a thing and I brought something else with me. Let's get back on that plate. I mean, how could something like that happen with my highly organized system of paper plates? Okay. Ooh, and look what last time us did. We made our little scrap clay model. So if that's a biscuit and that's a puddle of sausage gravy, how big is a piece of sausage that goes inside the gravy? Look. Okay. But yeah, we'll make some little sausage bits, and I think we're going to texture them with sandpaper, because I've done, like when we do sausage for pizza, that's pretty much what we do, and I think we're going to do that, only a little bit smaller and a little bit darker, and kind of rougher. Because remember, this isn't the same as Italian sausage. This is meant to be broken up pork breakfast sausage. So it's got like bigger pieces, not as... I don't know, but you know what I mean. Okay, hang on. How big is a piece of sausage in sausage gravy? Pretty little. We talk about like how many across would go, and the answer is, if they're little crumbles, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, between 8 and 10 maybe, depending on how big they are. You got the internet back. Why was your internet gone? I'm sorry. If I'd known, I would have like sent a smoke signal that said, OMG, like your internet's out. Oh. See, and it would have blown away my smoke signal. That's the only flaw in that plan. I mean, really. But yay! So glad you're back. Or so glad your internet's back. But yeah, oh my gosh. I mailed you guys the heaviest box. I gotta get those 5G smoke signals. Right? Now I need a carrier pigeon. But it's gonna be like a sponsored carrier pigeon that also has like an ad for AT&T on the back or something. Because what? I can't afford fucking pigeon training. There's just one of me. I'm busy. But yeah, oh my god. I mailed you the heaviest box today. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with the If It Fits, It Ships boxes from the post office. But they have a large size one. And it's not huge. It's like... that... But it's a decent sized box. And so I sent them one, even though my kid knows this, I feel like he can hear me. I sent them one. Oh, I get it. I got the tungsten joke. But no, it was packed full of Hot Wheels. Full. Because our kid, when he was younger, that was like what he was into. And my parents, like, we used to live next door to them. And anytime they'd take him to like Fred Meyer or something like that, or just out to run some errands with them or something, my dad liked to buy him Hot Wheels. My parents live in Bellingham now. But so we just had a lot, and we'd buy them for him, you know, regularly, because he likes them when they're like $1 and they're not electronic and don't take batteries. Okay. And so, dude, he went through and our kid, who is now 9, went through and kept his favorites, like the best ones that he loved the most. Cool, dude. He packed, like, he picked them all out. And I did tell him, I said, well, there's a chance that Twyla might mail you $5. So Twyla and Malone are going to mail him $5 and a letter, which he's going to be absolutely thrilled about. Reese! Speaking of mail, I love that you... Okay, doesn't Morbo look even better in person? Like I was trying to describe. No, like I was like, these colors look so good. He's just like glowing, like he's on the screen. Mm-hmm. This is why I was so keen for this Morbo to go to somebody who cared. Because, like, no, this is not just like a casually made something. Somebody loved this and was like they really did it. And my sister bought it as a piece of bespoke art for me. We loved it for years, and now it's going to have an honor place in your home, and I absolutely love that. For anyone who's not familiar, Morbo is one of the newscasters from Futurama. He's like, rah, 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 and he's got like a big giant head, and he's like, this and that. And he's a wonderful character. We just haven't watched Futurama lately, and Reese watches it all the time. So I put it up, and we have a channel in the Discord called Free with Shipping, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's things that still have value, like they're still fine, but you're just done with them. And so they go into free with shipping, and so yeah. I was like, somebody give this a good home, and Reese was like, me, and I was like, oh yeah. So now it lives with Reese. Ooh, collecting pets and WoW? Like hunter pets or like vanity pets? Is it a holiday? I want to say it's not a... I'm trying to think of what holiday it'd be right now. Not Noble Garden yet. Give me a little sausage. Oh, by the way, the game that I was trying to describe last week that Mr. Darty Buzz has been playing, Sons of the Forest. It's... And he's probably done a bunch since I have watched him play. We were busy, like, doing stuff. All with, like, it's one of those things where it's like, every time you turn around, there's, like, 4 more things you're supposed to be doing. You're like, oh, okay. Coffee time! Oh my god, if I had coffee, like, yeah, sometimes I have coffee this late, but not usually. But yeah, it's Sons of the Forest, and you're on this island, and, like, you got in a helicopter crash, and, like, the mix between, like, new stuff that, like, because you have, like, new style technology, some, but not unlimited, because you were in, like, a helicopter crash, and there's, like, these weird monkey men that are invading your campsite all the time, and... Okay. So, we did an approximate eyeball representation of how many little sausage pieces go across one biscuit, and we came to a conclusion between 8 and 10. Because we're talking about sausage crumbles, like little bitty pieces. So now what we're going to do, because these are just scrap clay models, none of this is cured. These little green bits are our representative sausage pieces. They are not going to be perched on the outside like this. We are going to make a bunch of sausage crumbles and then make gravy and then mix it in. So it actually is like biscuits and gravy. Rustic! It sounds interesting and like it would give me anxiety. Oh yeah, things are like jumping out at you and like you're always afraid you might die and things are stabbing you to death. Yeah. If you don't like nervous making games, I definitely would not recommend that. Okay. And what is this? Like green olive barf? No. Hey, Rustic. This is or pistachio barf. That's what it looks like. No, it is actually scale model pieces of sausage. I think those are about the right size. Because I think if they were much smaller, you wouldn't be able to see them very well. We don't want them to be tiny, but if they were bigger, and I think some even smaller than that. Hang on, where's a clay knife? See, and I think definitely some little bitty ones because by the nature, because to make sausage gravy, you cook sausage in a pan and then you like add flour to the sausage grease and then like add milk to make it into gravy, right? At least that makes sense. And so when you break up the sausage, some of the pieces are going to be big, some of them are going to be smaller. But I think we need to, yeah, I like this. I think this is the correct scale, is pieces in this basically size assortment. And why am I pulling them back off? Because this is very soft clay from our scrap clay pile. It will start to meld together. And maybe we don't want them melded together. We don't know yet, but it's best to just pull them off unless we're sure we want them to be one. And because this is how we do things. Oh, gonna be heckin' cute. Thank you. And Malone says, hi, hi, to our beloved rustic. All right. And I think that one is too big. Yup. And see, I also think that one's too big because it's not going to be giant hunks like that. It's going to be like chopped up with a spatula so the grease renders off of it, right? That's what it looked like in the pictures. And as we discussed this last time, I have eaten biscuits and gravy like once in my entire life. So all the rumors that I'm an expert are just completely false. Who knew? Okay. So, what color is cooked sausage? That's a lighter brown than I was initially imagining. Alright, though. So, well, I guess that's a good, because I'm thinking, like, ground beef. Like, I don't cook a lot of pork sausage. And so that's looking more like a light to medium brown. So I think, actually what we'll do, we're going to, oh my god, pull out the reclaim tray. These are little bits of colors that we didn't use all of them up for something else, and we're not going to just throw them in the garbage. If you're in my town in the local diner, it's a little black with some really dark. See, that's kind of what I was imagining, was like a burnt diner sausage patty. Okay. I don't think Twyla's on yet. I'm so spoiled. I actually have to look up my own reference images. Who will play me in the movie? Cooked breakfast sausage. Images. Crumbled. Okay, yeah, it looks kind of like turkey with no seasoning. Alright. That's going to be my color guide, is cooked turkey with no seasonings on it. I swear I've eaten biscuits and gravy, but like I said, only the one time. It is largely because I don't eat gravy. Hang on. All right. So I'm thinking one of these browns with a little bit of a tan added, because we don't have, okay, I was going to say this is tan, or is this just a very dirty chunk of white? What? Really? Really? And then we will look, this may sound silly. Yay! Hi, bears! Actually, right this second, we are making sausage crumbles. Because I didn't want to do the biscuits until you were here, because you specifically said you wanted to see the biscuits. There we go. You specifically wanted to see biscuits, and so we haven't done biscuits yet, but right now we're doing sausage crumbles, and then those are going to get mixed into the gravy. And we were just discussing that we'll need to like pull out the trays of pre-made stuff and see if we already have black pepper. And if we don't, we will need to make some black pepper, which is actually like several different colors, because ground black pepper is ground peppercorns. The outside of a peppercorn is kind of blackish brownish, more brown than you would think. And the inside is kind of gray, and the layer in between is its own funky color. And all of those pieces get ground up and mixed together, but not in equal portions, to make black pepper. And so we might already have, well, it's like more like black and gray. We might already have some black pepper made in one of the boxes, but if we don't, we're going to need to make some. Because doesn't that like make sense? Like, even if there's not a ton in the gravy, like, what a little in, but not a bunch. Like, on the top, doesn't it make sense to just have like a, like, black pepper that's not like soaked in, that's just hanging out right on top? I learned today that my best friend also loves Lord of the Rings. I didn't know that, but now we can scream about it together. Did I tell you that I looked up what Bilbo was doing? Because I put up some meme and you're like, wait, was he just chilling in the Shire the whole time? No, apparently he like went to Rivendell or something. Okay, this needs just a little bit of a non-yellow brown. I think we're going to add a tiny hint of light green, which may sound weird, but browns are mixes of lots of different colors. And here, we're going to do it in half in case it comes out shitty. You gotta have pepper on biscuits and gravy. I put so much pepper on mine that you can't see the food under. It's just a pile of pepper. There's some gravy in there somewhere. See, and this is what I mean, is this is a dish where we definitely need to make pepper, and then we want to sprinkle it on top, but kind of like in a, like, because you don't, like, oh, they're taking the hobbits to Isengard. Oh. Okay, especially for Lord of the Rings, are you fucking kidding me? If we judged based on spelling, we would all be fired before we even started. Like, no. No. We're not judging based on spelling. You totally nailed it. You're great. Oh, she used the wrong form of there. Fired. Okay. It's a subtle difference, but we weren't going for Crazy Town. We weren't going for Kooky Snooks, rather. See, that does look like kind of sausage crumbled brown to me. It's not as appealing as you would think. You know what I mean? Do we think a tiny bit of... I think a tiny bit of a medium brown. Oh, I just got done crying over Boromir. I'm not going to say why because spoilers, but I just listened to a part he says and started crying. Oh, okay. Don't. As you yourself stated recently, Bears on Bears, Lord of the Rings is one of my special interests, and I haven't seen the films in a couple years. So if you guys get me started, oh my god. Because somewhere around here, I have the extended edition Blu-rays. And I wonder if those came with extended edition digital copies. There's something satisfying about feeling like, oh, I feel like there's a hair. And then you like reach to where you think it is, and there it is. Like, oh, I was right. I was right. And I don't know, when is the cap on spoilers? Because Lord of the Rings is based on books that came out, like, years ago, and the movies came out, like, fucking 10 years ago. Okay, how did you get a giant hair in you already? To anyone who doesn't want to hear like a 75-year-old Lord of the Rings spoiler, I guess don't listen. Lord of the Rings movies came out 20 years ago. Hang on, I think my new eye wrinkle just appeared. Keep talking, keep talking. So we have, right, I think if anybody else wants to watch them but hasn't thus far. Oh, Ashley. Oh, hi, Angel Baby. You would subscribe. Y'all, my hair is getting thinner. Like, after I blow dried my hair, I had like a big old handful of hair, and I was like, why is this much falling out? I recently complained about that to Mr. Dirty Blood, and he was like, I was like, I feel like my hair is getting thinner. And he was like, it is? You're getting older? And I was like, don't talk to me. Ashley, have you also found a gray hair, and are you currently consumed with feelings about Lord of the Rings? I know a lot of people who have many feelings about Lord of the Rings. I really do. Ashley says, I have found many gray hairs, and I am always consumed by my feelings for Lord of the Rings now. Ooh, I'm letting my natural color grow out now, says Reese. Some nice silver parts now. Nice, that's hot. Seriously, natural color on any... Oh, and Arleona! And it was a gift sub from Grouchy. Oh, he would. You would. Thank you, sweet angel. But yeah, I'm all for natural. My hair is not getting dyed. But no, you can say, I don't think no one has indicated that they had been long harboring a Lord of the Rings. Oh, dyeing is great. Great, great, great. Dye your hair. Dye your hair green. Dye it purple, everything in between. Dye your fucking nose hairs. We'll do that very carefully. But I meant dyeing like to hide white or gray hair, like, or to hide silver. But no, dye your hair for funsies a million times. Do it. But that's what I was just saying, is that I love when I see people who I miss my black hair sometimes, says Sam. When I get old, I won't have to dye mine anymore. Yay, I'm dyeing mine white. I knew that. And Reese says, I love unnatural colors. It's been bleached. Oh, yeah. See, to me, like, dyeing your hair unnatural colors or even natural colors, like, kind of just for funsies, great. But, like, people who feel like they have to dye their hair to conceal that they have white or gray hairs from, like, living a certain number of years, I would never tell someone, you can't do that. But it warms my heart to hear when people are like, no, I'm not going to fucking dye my hair. Like, only if I want to. Only if it's a fun color. It was the part where Boromir is literally freaking and dying. And he goes, they took the little ones. And he sounds so worried, even though he's literally in the process of dying. He's laying on the ground, and the other guy finds him, and he's laying there, and he's like, they took the little ones. And so, apparently, people are very worried about little tiny people. I find that is true in my general life. Like I told one of my baristas a while ago, this is like months ago now, but someone at work yelled at me, and this is months ago. I am fine. But I told my barista, my favorite barista, that, and she instantly was like, what? Who did what? Like, I was like, it's okay. And she was like, but as a very small person, people feel very protective of us. And he's so worried about them, even though he should be worried about himself because of the whole, dying thing. Cool. So what was that person's name and address? For no reason in particular. Oh, yeah, you guys don't even want to know now, because I said, in our house, it's a legal obligation, a serious legal obligation, that if you say, oh, you don't even want to know this and that, or you are legally obliged to immediately disclose what it is, because if you didn't want to talk about it, then you shouldn't have said anything. And that is an ironclad law. So what happened was the kid and the husband happened to be in my office completely coincidentally. And this unnamed person came into my office and started yelling at me. Well, the kid was in the room. And Leona says, brandish his shovel, just want to tucks the kitchen knife in the sock. Just a conversation. So she starts yelling at me, yelling in front of the 8-year-old. He was 8 at the time. And I was like, and I basically said, stop. And I looked at the child and I said, you need to go downstairs right now. You are not in trouble. I love you, but you need to go now. And he looked at me and he just walked down the stairs and did not ask a single question. And then we closed, and then I don't think we even closed the door. And then she kept yelling at me. So, right? Yeah, several people I know were really displeased by that development. They were like, and I was like, but it all is well. That was a long time ago, many months ago, and I am okay, because this may sound corny, and I don't mean this, I mean this 100% seriously. I am so rich and abundant in love, and so surrounded by love and caring and tenderness and people who care about me, that it was really, really, really upsetting at the time. Oh my god, Bears, that was the perfect touch. And Reese's internet is bad and they miss what's going on. Reese, my honey, I am just fine. A couple months ago, somebody yelled at me at work in front of my kid, because my kid was there for weird reasons. And It was months ago, but I really am okay. And I'm not joking when I say that when things like that happen, what really makes me okay is the fact that the other parts of my life are so abundant and so overflowing with love and care and gratitude and joy that I can afford that. I can afford forgiving that person without receiving an apology. I can afford, don't get me wrong, I was really upset and it was traumatic, but I live a life overflowing and abundant with love and people who love me and people who I love. So, oh yeah, Mr. Dirty Blood hates him. But Bear says, puts a ham in my billowy ham sleeves for the picnic afterwards. Picnic ham. Ashley pulls a pocket knife and clips it to my bra. Just an exchange of pleasantries, really. But yeah, Ashley says, I don't forgive him. Fuck that person. LMAO. Yeah. I would. Baby, I'd eat your sleeve ham. I'd eat your sleeve ham any day. Right? Post-stabbing picnic ham. And they'll be like, this knife has biological material on it. We'll be like, yeah, that's from the picnic ham. There's a picture of us all with the picnic ham. Its name is Alibi. But no, thank you all for the support. I really, really, really genuinely appreciate it. But no. Ooh, exchange. Seriously. Well, for the best sleeve ham, you really want to cook it in a bag, but then put it in a different bag for transport. And I have actually cooked a whole ham. Not like a whole pig, but like a ham, like a butt, like with bone-in ham. I was like, what do we do with our scale models? Because this is fetch me the pig. Yeah, that person. But that's okay. Their life is apparently not as rich in love and happiness. And so for them, we hope for greater happiness soon. I know. I'm trying to. Whenever I see fancy billowy sleeves for some reason, I always think ever since I was a child. Holy crap, how many hams could you fit in there? Why hams? I don't know. Also, fuck that guy. Sorry to comment late. I'm making food. No, you're fine, Angela. You're fine. Yes, frankly, how dare you not comment sooner about my months old work incident and arm hams. See, now I just want more shirts with giant billowy sleeves. Still got to give you props. You hit him with the secular version of I'll pray for you. Respect. And at the time, I did not yell back. I didn't yell. I didn't scream. Oh, chocolate-covered strawberries were needed. When I got home, Mr. Dirty Blood had to squeeze my ankles for a really long time because that's what I need when I'm really upset about something, is to have oh, so I thought you were saying that I needed those. I was like, no. What I need is vaping and foot squeezes. And then almost anything, I'm like, okay, I need enough ice water, vaping, foot squeezes, maybe some teriyaki chicken if the situation is dire. And that will solve 95% of problems that I have in life is a combination of those items. See, because I'm not a big sweets person, but just if I'm, whatever is going on, whether it's work, life, stress, health stuff, my arm just fell off. If you feed me enough teriyaki chicken and get me a new vape cartridge, and then I will just stop, whatever it is, I won't care. I just won't even fucking care. I'm like, whatever, busy eating chicken. I'm a very simple creature, y'all. I'm just picturing a glass cabinet with teriyaki sauce and somewhere inside your house. Case of emergency, break glass. Oh no, if I had to cook the teriyaki chicken, I don't know how to fucking make that. Well, actually, I do know how to make that. I go to work and then I make money until they give me enough money to afford the teriyaki chicken. And then I take that money to the lady that makes the chicken. And I'm like, can you please make like 3 sides of teriyaki chicken for me? And she's like, yes, I love your gnomes. Can I buy some? And I said, well, the gnome is free, but you can buy some magnets. And now the teriyaki chicken lady is going to buy some cake magnets. True story. Yeah. Reese is like, yeah, no, she's not making shit. Takeout. Okay, because that was my initial rope. Way too big. Now we're going to start here and then cut it into little pieces and then texture those. And then we'll see if we have sausage. And we're going to make basically a test batch before we do all of them. We're probably not going to cure it because this doesn't have any translucent or anything in it, so it's not going to look any different when it's cured. Ooh, gemstone mushroom pendant base says. Is that what you're making the other? Well, I guess based on description, yes, it was. But I don't think I've seen completed ones, maybe? I saw you the other day adding gills to one, I believe. Like the mushroom gills. Thank you, beloved. Sorry, I'm being really quiet because I'm just trying to figure out the exact texturing of this sausage, and I don't want it to look like... Ooh, and yes, I want to see the gemstone mushroom pieces. I need to make my nephew a stuffy for his birthday. But there's too much stuff to make, so I make nothing. I also completely understand that. So sometimes I like to make a list, and then like a list of things that I would like to do, or not like everything, every little project, because really, but just start with the main stuff, and then you just look at it and go, okay, which of these do I have all of the materials for, and could I just start right now? And then go from there. It just helps me to decide if I have a thing that I can look at and I go, okay, I'm ready to do something. Here are the options. Okay. Okay, so imagine, if you would, that these little sausage pieces were mixed in with gravy. I think we are at just the right scale here. The pieces are uneven, but not gloppy. You got most of your list done? Yay! And see, I got several things done off my list recently, but not completely. Yeah, I like that for scale. And I like that for color, too, because we don't want it to be super dark. Because the sausage gravy is pretty light in color. It's white sauce. So I think that's going to give this a nice look, because these are all going to be kind of in neutral tones. The biscuit with the yellow, the white gravy, little sausage hunks. And now do we need to add some browned color to the sausage? Or is that going to be visible at scale? Because it is going to be mixed in with gravy. But Yep, totally worth it to put brown on them. Because I don't even know if you guys can even tell, but it gives them a little bit of texture. Because when you're cooking little bits like this, like the bottom is going to get more done than the top. Like it's not all going to be completely even. Like, okay, I think this is what's going to differentiate between this and like Italian sausage for pizza. Because this has presumably started its life as like a glob of sausage or whatever, a loaf, a sausage log, whatever. However, I don't know what to call it. Hang on, is it just me or is that camera? It's not out of focus. I think they're just tiny. Okay, and so that's like 6 little pieces. How many do we need for? Okay, we're gonna look because Stina the other night put up a picture of like somebody's homemade biscuits and gravy, and you can really see like what's in it and how much pepper and stuff. So that's kind of what I'm using as my, not my only guide. Yeah, we're gonna need a lot of sausage. Like, if we're gonna do 2 little biscuits, we're gonna need like 20 sausage pieces for each of them. Seriously, because if you look at both of those, it goes like biscuit, a little bit of thin gravy, and then there's like sausage sticking out above that. Oh, and if you can hear the dogs, our mail usually comes at like 7 p.m. I have no idea why. Okay, we're going to need to make a little pile of sausage. Hang on. Hang on while I yell at a dog. Okay. My little dog Ramona was barking. As she does constantly. Okay. So we'll set our little sample to the side. And so now, does anyone else have any weekend news they want to share? What is new? What is old? What's going on? Oh. Mine came at like 6 tonight. Usually comes at 4ish. Okay, for dinner tonight, beef tips with au jus and mushroom rice pilaf. Oh my god! Seriously. Tonight for dinner, I had a turkey sandwich. I'm gonna make my stuffed French toast in a minute. Okay. Now, this is the same hair I just plucked out in its back? Could be. I made French dip sandwiches. Apparently it's an au jus type of night. And Bear says, we had a Wi-Fi guy come today to fix our Wi-Fi because it's been terrible forever and my dog went downstairs to love him. I didn't want her to bother him and let him focus on his work, so he got to go to... So I go to grab her and she runs and sits between his legs like he's gonna save her. LOL! I bet that guy gets it constantly. Oh my god. Ashley says, most recently I have purchased some quilted sweatpants, which I absolutely love. And also a pack of googly eyes with the intent of vandalism. Life is a daring adventure and nothing. I absolutely love it. Are they adhesive googly eyes, my love? Because if not, I have a cheap and easy suggestion. But no, I love that. I love that you bought Google Eyes with the intent of vandalism. That's amazing. And what are we doing right now? Yay! You're so smart, my angel. But of course, she says, of course they're adhesive googly eyes. Will you put, I want to see things you put googly eyes on, please. Will you put them in pictures in the Discord, what if you think of it? She's a very sweet dog, wouldn't hurt anyone at all. And all she would have done there is sit there with her belly out, wanting nothing but as many scritches as he could give her. But like, Zoe, he's there to do a job. He can't give you scritches. Well, the thing is, folks who work in positions like that, usually they really love dogs and animals, or they would not be doing that. Like, seriously, they know that when you go into people's houses, you are going to get crawled on by dogs and possibly small children. Like, they know that. That is just part of the deal. It's just, some things just come with the job. If you work at a bar, you're occasionally going to get a screaming drunk who barfs. That's just happens. If you were like a cable tech, sometimes you're going to get barking dogs, screaming children, or like children and dogs who all love you. You know what I mean? It's just... Oh, Sam, next time you go to the dollar store, they have foam adhesive dots, and you can just peel them off their backing and just leave the sticky part on them until you're ready to stick them somewhere. But they have just a sheet of adhesive dots for $1. Oh, and oh my gosh, you guys. So, Sparkles, she had a visit scheduled. She's a friend of mine who is, my real life legacy best friend, and also she's in the stream sometimes as Sparkles. Um, I got to see her yesterday, and, we had some time to do, like, whatever. So what did we do? Well, we hung out in my craft room and looked through crafts. And then I gave her, because, like, she, I didn't get to see her that much. And she was like, and I had a bunch of stuff to give her. And so I'm giving her all this stuff. And then we were looking and we found, but we were looking at my little alcohol bottle, which, of course, now that I want it, it's not right here. And it's usually, whatever. But, oh, it's over there because I was propping stuff up with it. Oh, sorry. But yeah, Sparkles was here the other day, and what did we do? We went to the dollar store, and then to Michael's, because my dollar store is better than hers. And so that's what we did with our limited time together, was go and buy discount craft supplies at the dollar store. Oh, not you. You said looking through crafts, and I got oh! I was like, well, because actually that was a very good reminder of what I'm supposed to be doing. Oh, but no, my room is ridiculous. Like, you guys, I just have there's just labeled boxes behind me that say brushes, clay tools, magnets, washi tape, brads, beads, charms, stickers, tiny dishes, glitter, etc. Like, just box after box. And then because I'm me and I do the mini foods, there's also a bunch of little, like those organizing boxes that have all those, like where I keep the sprinkles and stuff. They're all just sitting in a stack on the shelf. I was like, yeah, look through whatever you want. Knock yourself out. So she was like, and what was I doing at this time? Well, at that very moment, I was. Well, this was our other exciting. This was our planned activity, actually. The thing we had planned to do, fixing a mug. She's the friend who her daughter broke, like her very favorite mug that Sparkles bought at a Canadian dollar store like a decade ago. And so, of course, it can't be like, just replaced. And it was cracked. And I said, like, she'd sent me pictures, and I said, basically, I can fix it, but it's not going to be food safe. She's going to have to use it for, like, pens or something. And she was like, yes, please. So she came, and I did my best. So we'll see what Gwen thinks. Gwen is her daughter whose mug it is. But Sparkle said it already looked a lot better, like when she left than when she got here, so that's positive. Oh, but yeah, like she's looking through crafts and she's like, what's this? Paper quilling. What's this? I don't even think she found the wax sealing kit. But yeah, then we got to go to the dollar store at Michael's. I know, my life's so exciting, y'all. Okay. How many are we at?